this is just like the KB home thing that started popping up in '05 and '06 in Pleasant Grove. Like these boxes that have like a driveway and no garage.
Right.
And I mean, but people are so starved to live in a neighborhood, not an apartment, that they're taking. So how long you been doing this?
So I started flipping beginning of 2015.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what now? Where are you getting your lead? Do you like direct advertise, or you buy from wholesalers?
So a little from
signs?
wholesalers. Yeah. No, so a little bit from wholesalers, and also too we do our own marketing. So we primarily send text messages, even though text messages are starting to die a little bit too, and then some cold calling as well.
And it's all consent based. It's all do not call compliant.
Yes,
Trust me, she
exactly.
follows the law.
100%.
Nonstop.
There's a textbook of all the laws that should,
Yeah.
follow.
So how's that going? Like, I mean, obviously inventory's reaching like an all-time low. I mean, people say, "Oh, it's up," but it's still like super down. Investors can't really. The number one complaint I get from my customers like just can't find a deal. Like, what's the biggest struggle on the streets right now as far as being an active investor?
I mean, I would definitely say it's finding deals for sure. So we started also incorporating not too long ago PPL, so paper leads. And one of the biggest things that I was seeing with those is that we're getting a lot of and when I say retail leads, it was houses already listed on the market. A ton of people submitting their info. And it's like, well, what are we supposed to do with these? But it's interesting because I've followed up with a couple of them like months and months later. And the offer that I had given them like 3 or 4 months ago, they've almost come to that price on their listing. But had they taken my offer, they would have made more money because they didn't have to pay an agent. But now they're at that same price, but now they have to pay realtors commission. So yeah, they're just hard-headed.
So, I mean, look, it's number one thing I hear from people is it's just hard to make money right now. How are you adapting? I mean, obviously, if you were doing this in 21, 22, or not 22, 19, 20, 21, it was great. I mean, you just kind of like printing money is like, oh my gosh, they just give this stuff away for free. They did actually. But like, how are you adapting your business strategies and your kind of, I'd say, 3 and 5 year goals now that the cheese has moved?
Yeah, no, for sure. So one of the things that one of my business partners and I, Deanna, so we have a couple friends that do new builds. So we're trying to venture out into areas that, so we haven't done new builds before, but we see that a lot of our friends are having success doing new builds in like Granbury, a couple other areas. So basically, I'm connecting with other investors that are successful right now, even though, maybe some investors are struggling a little bit, and seeing how maybe we can replicate that and kind of partner with them. So fix and flips, it's been a headache for us just because we've gone over budget on several projects. Again, they're taking a little bit longer to list or to sell rather. But some of my friends are selling some of their properties a little quicker because they're doing brand new. And also the price point is a lot lower too. So how I mentioned earlier, we're focusing on 300,000 and below. I have friends that are selling new builds at like 230 and below.
How?
They have awesome builders. And also they're doing smaller homes, so about 1,200 square feet, 3 bed, 2 bath, no garages, and also in areas that have some sort of attraction to bring people there. So,
okay.
Dude, this is just like the KB home thing that started popping up in '05 and '06 in Pleasant Grove. Like these boxes that have like a driveway and no garage.
Right.
And I mean, but people are so starved to live in a neighborhood, not an apartment, that they're taking them.
But the thing is, though, like, what are these lots going for? Like,
the lots are really cheap, like under $25K.
Okay.
Yeah.
I hear cheap and I hear $25K, and I'm like, again, all I can go back to is
Back when we bought them for $3,000.
Yeah.
Well,
and that's relative,
no,
exactly. Because
no.
we're also looking in Fort Worth, and you see lots for like 60, 80K. It's like,
Well, the thing is, though, back in a year or two ago, was it Fair Park lots were going for $500, and even then was too expensive.
That was longer than a year or two ago.
I know. I'm trying to not date us. It's
I
like,
thought you said she
you could
wouldn't
see
date
that a
you.
little bit
This
with
is
the
true.
hair, Ryan. But
damn, it's the
My
second
bad.
time today talking about being old. At least it's not fat. Fat and old is worse than just being fat or old. One of the two. No, but like back in the day, like you could literally buy Fair Park lots for $500, but it was too expensive because of the liability. Because of all the homeless, they get hurt and then they sue you. And nowadays it's like, man, if we would just bought all of them, and then 10 years later, whatever it is, years later, you can make a killing.